Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another Screencasts Online weekly tip video. Now this week's tip might appeal to the more techie amongst you as it features a tool to allow you to examine your local network and the devices currently using it. This can be really useful if you need to find out information about your devices, but it's also fun to see just how many network devices you have in your home or office. The application is called Fing. So this is Fing installed on my iPad. If you're concerned at all about privacy, you might want to check out Fing's privacy policy. You can get to that by going to Settings, and you can actually have a read about it by tapping on this link down at the bottom. But what I'm going to do, because I'm going to expose some of the IP addresses of my devices, which they're all local IP addresses, so that's fine, but the MAC addresses, the physical address of the devices, I'm actually going to switch on privacy mode, so that's going to hide the last part of my MAC address that you see on screen. Now, if you're not sure what IP addresses are and what MAC addresses are, etc., perhaps this isn't a tip for you, but if you have some understanding about local area networks, you might find this app interesting. So I'm going to say done to my settings. I can see my network here, which is my local area network, HS network 5 GHz. I've got my local IP address here, 192.168.0.0. And if I just tap on here, you'll see there are 37 devices connected to my local area network. Now it's intelligent enough, and by the way, you can ignore this bar at the top. This is just prompting me to sign in and create a Fing account. I haven't actually done that as yet. There is also a thing called a Fing box, which is under development, which will give you some more information about your local network devices. But again, I'm just using the free version. I'm not using a Fing account. This is just the application analyzing what's happening in my network locally. So you can see here I've got my Apple TV in the kitchen, I've got a Netgear switch, I've got a Philips Hue bridge for some Philips light bulbs, I've got an Airport Extreme, upstairs I've got an Airport Express, in the living room I've got another Apple TV, in the studio my Apple TV, etc, etc. And you can go through and you can have a look at all your devices. If you want to examine a device, let's go ahead and examine this living room Apple TV. Okay, I can see that the device is online. I can, if I want to document these further, give them a name, add additional notes, or enter where the device is located. So let me do that. I can scan the services on the box. If I tap Scan Services, it will go away, interrogate the box, and let me know what services are running on that particular box. Now this is good if you've got laptops or any other devices that you want to see what sort of services are available on those devices. So it's 26% through, 30% through. It's not picked up anything as yet, so this mightn't be a good example to show you, but we'll let that run through to the end. There should be some services available. Okay, so that's completed. So Rendezvous, which I think has been renamed Bonjour by Apple, UPnP, that's a Universal Plug and Play Protocol, an Apple File Service file server. There's also a font service. There's also an iPhone sync service. Presumably that's the new service whereby you can configure your Apple TV by tapping it with your iPhone. But yeah, very interesting. Let's come back out of here. I can ping the device. If it supports Wake on LAN, I can send a Wake on LAN packet to enable it. Remove device and also have a look at the event log. And this yellow block is all about the Fing box, which you can check out if you tap on the link about getting your Fing box. Down at the bottom, my local IP address, the actual MAC address of the device, and I can see these services down here as well. Okay, so that's just one device. So you can actually go through and have a look at all your devices. Let's just check one of the devices. Let's say this Airport Extreme. If I tap on here, again, I can scan the services, ping it, wake on LAN, remove device, etc., and see all the details down here at the bottom. It is useful sometimes if you're trying to track down, if you don't recognize an IP address on your network and you want to see which device it is, you can use this to track it down. Or again, for security, you can go ahead, scan services, and see exactly what services are running on any particular box. So that one's just running 2 different services. Okay, let's come out of here. So down at the bottom, access to your devices, access to your networks, access to some tools. So if you want to scan an IP address or domain, you can do that directly from here. And then again, more information about this Fing box. I just found it has been very useful. I mean, obviously, it's not something you'll use every day, but now and again, when I wanted to troubleshoot something on the network, it's proved to be really, really useful. But that's Fing, available on the Mac App Store. If you want to learn more about using your Apple devices, there are over 700 full video tutorials available to ScreenCastsOnline members. covering all aspects of the Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and even the Apple TV. Now, all full members receive a new Apple-related video tutorial each and every week, as well as a free subscription to the ScreenCastsOnline monthly magazine, packed with videos and articles on getting the most out of your Apple devices. Now, you can get your free 14-day trial membership over at ScreenCastsOnline.com, or check out some of the free content over on the SCO Showcase app on the iPad, iPhone, and Apple TV. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another tip, so I'll speak to you then.